Good day. I am here to discuss about the Title III Board of Directors or Trustees and Officers, covering from power to remove directors or trustees, filling of vacancies in the office of director or trustee, replacement director or trustee, and emergency board of director. So I am Rosin Catacutan and I will start presenting to you. So Section 27 is all about removal of directors or trustees. So if uh, the trust the trustees or directors can be elected, they can be removed also by the stockholders for the stock corporation and members for the non-stock corporation. As they elect, they can be removed also by stockholders or members of the corporation. So as a general rule, the removal of directors or trustee may be with a cause or without cause. In exception, removal without cause is should not deprive or should not be hindi dapat ma-deprive ang minority stockholders or members para magkaroon sila ng karapatan to represent themselves, which is also under Section 23 of this code. And additional to this section, SEC or Securities and Exchange Commission have this motu proprio, which means that they can um, they can remove on their own director or trustee upon verified complaint, and they after that they will release a notice and hearing to the specific director or trustee, and after that they can remove such director or trustee. So moving on, so the requisites for the removal of such director or trustee. The removal should happen in a regular or special meeting duly for that agenda or purpose. So that means na kapag they are deciding to remove such director or trustee, kailangan it will happen or mangyari siya sa isang regular or special meeting with the agenda of removing such director or trustee. Second, um, the director or trustee can be removed only by representation of two-thirds of the outstanding capital stock, which means um, majority or 75% of the outstanding capital stock na meron ng corporation, dun lang magkakaroon ng grounds for removal of director or trustee. Pag sa trustee naman pala, 75% of the members of the non-stock corporation, doon magkakaroon ng grounds para ma-remove ang isang trustee ng isang non-stock corporation. So for the third requisite, we have kailangan meron muna yung nakalagay dyan, there must be a previous notice to the stockholders or members, which means na kapag they will have a meeting, kailangan prior to that meeting, meron ng notice or may memo na galing sa corporation na magkakaroon ng meeting for removal of such director or trustee. Fourth one is, ayun, the special meeting will be called by the secretary under the order of the president, or hindi naman mag-order ang president ng corporation, they can the stockholders themselves can request for such special meeting para makapag-remove ng director or trustee, and that written demand has included the majority of the members who are entitled to vote. So moving on, we have Section 28, vacancies in the office of the director or trustee. So, any vacancy due to removal or expiration can be filled with the um, majority of the representing the remaining directors or trustee if they are still constituting a quorum, which means ang quorum is the number of attendees required for them to act a corporation act or to do a corporation act. And then otherwise kung ang vacancy naman ay hindi dahil sa nag-remove or na-expire, so it can be filled by the stockholders or members in a regular meeting ulit or special meeting called for that purpose of filling the vacancies of the office of director or trustee. So, yan. I-elaborate natin kung paano mag-fill ang stockholders or members sa vacancy ng office ng director or trustee. So, if the vacancy is due to removal of the stockholders or members, expiration ng term, increase ng number of directors due to the amendment of the Articles of Incorporation, or other than that, like the death, resignation, or abandonment or disqualification ng director or trustee if they are still they are not constituting a quorum, which I said earlier, um, for the purpose of filling the vacancy, the stockholders or members can fill those vacancy in the office of director or trustee. Second, if the vacancy is um, by the members of the board directors or trustee, they can be filled with that if nagko-constitute pa sila ng quorum, which means, ayun nga, they have the majority of number of attendees that is required to do the corporate act. So, yun, which are empowered to fill any vacancy occurring in the board, yun, other than, yun nga, removal or expiration ng term ng isang director or trustee. So, ang replacement naman ng director or trustee shall be filled by an election, which is ang referral to that name is replacement director or trustee that kunyari na nag-expire or na na-remove sila. Na-remove ang isang director or trustee. Yung unexpired term na dapat, yun yung i-fill ng replacement director. Yun yung sinasabi sa replacement director or trustee. So when the vacancy naman is because of the term expiration, yun, the election of the director or trustee shall not be held later than the day of such expiration at a meeting again duly for that agenda or purpose. So, which means na kapag ang vacancy ay nangyari due to the expiration of the term of the director or trustee, kailangan hindi lumampas dun sa term or sa time na nag-expire na yung term ng isang director or trustee. Yun. And then, when the vacancy naman arises as a result of the removal by the stockholders or members, yun, if the same day na nag-remove sila ng director or trustee, ayan, they may be held at the same day the meeting authorizing the removal, and this fact must be stated in the agenda of the meeting. So, if nakapag-remove sila on this day ng director or trustee, they should be authorized to be excuse me, um, to have the uh, removal or I mean election during the day na nag-remove din sila ng director. And it should be stated or kailangan sabihin yun upon the meeting na ayun yung isa sa mga purpose ng meeting nila. So other causes ng vacancy naman, the election should happen or occur within 45 days, no later than 45 days from the time na that vacancy arose from the corporation. So, emergency of board of director. So, when the vacancy prevents the remaining directors from constituting a quorum, so pag pinaprevent na sila to build or to establish a quorum, then this emergency action is required to prevent the grave, substantial, and irreplaceable loss or damage na pwedeng mangyari sa corporation. So that vacancy can be temporarily filled by the officers of the corporation, such as yung president or the treasurer or whatever, by the unanimous vote of the remaining directors or trustees. So, pagbobotohan ng natitirang mga directors or trustees in the corporation among their officers kung sino muna yung temporarily papalit doon sa office ng director. So, the action designated to the director shall be limited dun lang sa emergency action that is necessary for the corporation, and then the term ay mag-e-end or mag-cease siya with reasonable time from the termination ng emergency board or upon election again for the replacement director, whichever or trustee, whichever comes earlier. So kung ano yung mauna dun sa dalawang scenario, ayun. And then the corporation must notify the Securities Exchange Commission for within 3 days kung bakit sila nag-create ng emergency board, and stating there why they create that emergency board of director. So that's it. Thank you for listening for my discussion and have a good day.